Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pick Guardian.
Jared Brandon is burning up in his house, not for real, but because his air conditioning apparently is completely out. He's in the middle of Tennessee and he's on fire, and he's a very big guy, so I actually do feel sorry for him because he's...
Stay cool.
Yeah.
Stay cool, Jared.
No matter where he is, he's like, I'm sweating.
Let's get it. Let's send him one of those blow-up kiddie pools.
Yeah, of like a couple of them, stitch them together. So filling in for Mr. Brandon, we have...
John Esterly with Rare Buzz Effects.
Thank you, John. Good to have you here. And...
Billy Spitfire with Billy Spitfire Unlimited.
What is that?
It's just a clever business name I came up with.
Just now?
It also looks cool on a pick guard.
Yes.
That's true. That is true.
It is.
So Billy's joining us again. Glad to have him. He was on the AC Slade show. Hope you guys really liked that episode.
I did.
And also joining us over the line is...
James Pennington of Guitars of Doom.
James Pennington. You've
Come
heard
on,
his
say
name
it
so
right.
What?
Guitars of Doom.
Oh, my. There you go.
You know, Todd, you never introduced yourself.
I'm getting there.
Hey, Todd.
This is taking a long time.
Todd,
Hey, everybody,
just
it's me,
say
Todd
your name.
Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We are. Why are you clap? I'm glad you're clapping, Billy. This is going to be a heck of a one, people.
Todd, what was your name again?
Why am I feeling like I'm trapped? So anyway,
Is that with one D
we
or
are
two?
thrilled to death that you are listening to our show, the Guitar Knobs podcast. Say it twice. It's twice as nice, something like that. We're going to have a great time because James Pennington is one of our grand Poohbahs, and anybody who's been listening for a long time has heard his name at the end of the show many times and probably in the middle sometimes when we're doing specials and stuff. James is a great supporter of the show as well as the guitar community and all the builders out there. So we are going to
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James.
Oh,
We're
you're
going to have
welcome.
a great time talking with him tonight. We have a stacked show. Man, so we ought to get on with it, shan't we?
Stack away.
Stack
Shan't
away.
we?
We've got a couple of announcements. Wow. Rode Mics. Thank you, Rode Mics, for providing our audio equipment. It is delicious, and it works really great, too.
Does it taste good?
It does. Well, Tony's usually the one who's got his face wrapped around the mic. So how does it taste, Tony?
Tastes kind of like spit.
Yuck.
Also, basically, just want to say, hey, everybody, you know what you can do this weekend? Go buy a pedal or a guitar or an amp from one of the builders that we've had on the show.
I thought you
Support
were
the
going to
builders
say go
outside.
see the Valentinos.
No, we're not playing this week. We are going to be recording really soon, though.
Oh, okay.
And
Go
we
to
got
the
a couple
studio.
shows coming up, but we'll discuss that. We'll talk about that later. But anyways, hey, I'll take this time to plug. Go listen to my band, the Valentinos, on thevalentinos.com or on Spotify.
They better spell that.
Ba-da-ba-dink-a-dank bank.
I have trouble. I want to switch the I and the A every time.
I know, but I can't do anything about
It's
that.
like Villian,
But it isn't.
but it's not.
It's not.
It's Villain.
Valentinos. Yeah.
Valentinos.
Valentinos.
It's the
Anyhow,
Valentinos.
yes.
And I'm
Pretty much
playing
just
with
like that.
Mathematics on Saturday
Oh,
Yeah, Billy's
At
in the
Turtle
band
Creek
Mathematics.
Tavern.
At Turtle Creek. I've played there.
with another band
play
called
there too.
Glare, and also the headliner 10 Ahead, which is Kim Crawford and the drummer from
Oh yeah.
Willie Phoenix's band.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Oh, nice.
Killer.
Yeah.
Now,
we'll have to get out there and see that.
When the band Glare is off stage watching you, do they glare at you?
Wow, Tony, your jokes suck. Okay, hey everybody. Let's talk about what's going on in our music world this week.
I thought we were going to do a special announcement.
We were.
Remember the thing you sent me in the emails?
Oh, so now you're checking your email.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that right after. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to check in with Tanya Belansky.
Yes.
He's going to tell us what's going on in his music world this week. Then we're going to listen to our friend James Pennington and then go around the horn, okay?
So this week, as I have in other weeks, but this week in particular, I have been watching the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. And for the past month or so, the regular leader of the band has been off I believe he got married and is spending some time off. So the guitar player in the band, Louis Cato, has been fronting the whole thing. And this week in particular... Cato!
Sorry, I had
It is. It's hard not to do that. St. Vincent is playing along there, too. Now, Todd,
I didn't say anything. Why
I
did
know,
you think
but you made a yucky face.
I didn't. No. Go ahead.
Oh, but so she's been kind of filling in second guitar, singing and stuff. But what I found really interesting, and I noticed this a long time ago. So what Louis plays, and now this is a pretty high-paying gig, I would imagine, right? Wouldn't you say? Late Show,
I'd say-
Colbert.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've noticed that for the last at least month or two, maybe longer, he has been playing what appears to be a Les Paul that looks like a Les Paul custom because it's got the inlays and things. But it's got a maple fingerboard and black block inlays. So I kind of went down the rabbit hole a little bit, and what he's actually playing is probably a 70s Ventura Les Paul replica, copy, whatever you want to call it, that has a bolt neck. It's certainly not one of the best Les Paul replicas ever made, but I'm thinking, here's a guy that's probably getting a pretty healthy paycheck, and he plays this guitar. Which
I have a Ventura.
You do have a Ventura, a Les Paul?
Les Paul and Ventura. It sounds amazing.
Yeah. And so I'm thinking, wow, that's pretty crazy. Because at first I said, oh, well, he's on late night or late show. Gibson has probably come up with something special for him. And lo and behold, it's a Ventura. So I just thought that was kind of cool. And so my hat's off to you. He must love the way that it sounds and the way that it plays. It's a cool looking guitar. And if Gibson was smart, they would say, hey, we should make this guy a guitar that looks like this and give it to him as a artist model.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
So if only we knew
Why not?
somebody
If
who worked at
only
Gibson.
we
Why
knew.
not? Roasted maple is making a thing. They're making roasted maple necks and roasted maple fingerboards.
Yeah.
In lieu of expensive mahogany or,
Yeah.
or whatever, hard to find Brazilian fine woods.
So
all that
I
kind of
guess
stuff.
what I'm saying is if you have a chance, I mean, it's tune in the
Very cool.
Late Show because I'm guessing that Louis will probably be playing this guitar next week and the week after and the week after that.
Wonderful.
So that's what's going on in my music world this week.
That is super exciting.
Speaking
is
to the
super
microphone,
exciting.
Todd.
It's his first day. Give him a break.
Yeah, sorry. Got a lot going on over here. James, how about yourself?
Well, I'm in the process of getting ready to move, so I haven't really been doing that much. Been trying to sell a drum set at Rogers. That's about it.
All right. Where are you moving to? Are you staying in West
same
Virginia?
town.
You're
yes.
calling from West Virginia, right?
Yeah, in that West Virginia. Not the other Virginia. It's west of Virginia.
Virginia.
Oh,
Wild,
Virginia.
wonderful.
Not Virginia. He's in
No,
West
not
Virginia.
Virginia. I'm in West Virginia.
Oh, gotcha. That's what isn't that
Wow.
what I
Not East
Wonderful
Virginia,
West
but West
Not
Virginia.
east
Okay.
or South Virginia.
Wait, there's no South Virginia.
So you're staying in your state.
Yeah, and same hometown.
Well-
Well, other than that, just got a couple cases to do. Couple of pedals.
Oh yeah,
That's about
building
it.
them. Yeah, that's right. We'll be talking about that. Well, let's check over with our pal John Esterly.
Well, I was talking with Tony before we went on the air here. I've got a Partscaster Telecaster I've been putting together, and I got the notification from Musicraft the neck was on the way today. So I decided that's going to be the one to get put together. So I started putting it together today and realized that the pickguard I had bought, not from Pickguardian, yeah,
Guardian.
didn't fit. So I will be visiting Mr. Dudzik tomorrow, and we'll be working out some kind of new pickguard for this guitar.
I think we can come up with something.
I
that will work.
figure we can come up with
What's Turn been from Musicraft? How long ago did you order?
So actually, I can let you know. what they list on the website is very correct. Let's see, it shipped today, and I ordered it on May 21st.
Okay, so 6 weeks.
More like
Or no,
12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Yeah.
12-week
Take what I
turnaround?
said times 2.
Yeah, but not terrible. I mean, I think they've been advertising between 15 and 20 weeks,
Wow.
so it came in ahead of schedule.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's in kind of the same boat. I mean, I've ordered some stuff from like Best Guitar Parts out on the West Coast, and they said it's going to be a while, and sure enough, it was a while. So, unless it's something that's kind of stock standard, everybody's just kind of running behind.
Right.
And then getting supplies and things, of course, is another matter altogether.
Absolutely. So,
Word them up on the level. Billy, how about yourself?
In the music world this week, 2 things. I picked up a 1983 PV T60.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Bright red.
Red.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really
nice.
cool, man.
Yeah.
I had
Those are
one
kind of
those.
little guitars, a little bit.
What?
They seem little.
What?
No, not this one. This is the one it's fat.
It's a T60.
It's 260. Yeah.
That's the
But it's
biggest-
it has a kind of a doesn't that have like a
You're
slightly
thinking of
shorter neck?
a different one. You're thinking
of a T25 or a T27.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Todd.
T60 is actually fairly weighty.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
And
they're beasts.
the pickups are I don't know who did them, Bill Lawrence or they're Bill Lawrence
No.
style, but
That's-
they're
That's
you know
their own toasters, isn't
you
it?
crank them up and they'll split. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's
it goes from
cool?
humbucker to a single.
Yes.
phase.
So what they do, and what I've done on a number of my guitars, is normally there's an empty lug on your tone control, and this came from one. I think it was a steel guitar player, Red Rhodes, I think it was, and he.
He did it on
gave-
Joan Jett's guitar.
Yeah.
Right? On Eric
And so
Carbon's.
basically what it does is normally you would have if you have a 4-conductor wiring out of a humbucker, the 2 that are normally together and tucked away, you put those onto the empty lug of your tone control.
Mm-hmm.
And when you open your tone control all the way up, it splits the coil.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like a variable tone splitter. So if you really want bright sound, you crank the tone all the way open, and that's what it does.
Yeah.
Interesting. You gonna
Yeah.
paint that white for your band?
No. This is a red one that's fairly rare.
Red ones are very rare.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's just a new baby,
That's cool, man.
So everything
That's a
works
maple
on
neck,
it.
right?
Maple neck.
Yeah.
Truss rod works perfectly.
Have the case with
I'll
it?
have to bring Stinky
yes, the original case. Goofy molded plastic case.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
There
So-
was a point where I owned 6 T60s
all at one time.
all at one time.
I believe that.
Nice. I used to have a white T40 bass.
Yeah.
But man, that thing is not for somebody who has a bad back.
Yeah. No.
Or any back that works, because
But
it
if
will
you-
make it
I'm
not
gonna
work
bring
real
Stinky
quickly,
in so you can try that out. Stinky is the my PV Fury. It's an 82. I think.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, those
Uh,
things. Yeah,
I think
no,
you'll
those
dig
are
it, man.
yeah, those that's like a jazz bass almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Todd, what about you?
Okay.
Well, we haven't. Oh yeah, we did check. We talked to you. It was delightful. John.
I had 2 things.
Yeah.
My second
Oh, yeah,
one was
sorry.
I'm
Go ahead.
taking vocal lessons.
Okay. Yes.
Nice.
Clearly,
And that's why.
that is needed. Why are you taking vocal lessons, Billy?
That is why.
Because I know why.
You know
I know
what?
why. Because the teacher's
sing
cute.
lots of harmonies. No, it's for the campfire.
Yeah, that's
cool. Or when I do solo acoustic gigs. And,
Okay.
whatever. I've fronted bands in the past. I want to get back to that because my vacation job is sitting on a beach, singing for supper.
Hey, dig it,
Alright.
man. I like it. Okay.
Yeah. That's my retirement. That's my ultimate retirement
That's super
plan.
exciting. Tony, you were asking me something? What was
What's going on in your music
Well,
world?
let me
this
tell
week,
you, my
Todd?
friend. You should know better than anybody, Tony, what happened in my musical week this week.
Tell me more.
Well, so I have this amazing Pure Salem Bruiser, which is a Flying V guitar, And it's I'm kind of Jeff Goldbluming a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's flying V guitar. And it's,
You're getting slime on everything.
yeah, and you guys have all seen the pictures and everything. Well, what we decided to do,
Who is this we?
Well, you and me and Chase and everybody. We were talking about it.
By the river.
Yeah, I love the guitar that Chase and I put together, the Vinny, in a single pickup, and the kind of style of music I play. I was like, it's kind of really all I need. So we decided, let's get kind of crazy and turn this into a single pickup V. So that meant, number one, that I needed a new pick guard from Mr. Tony.
Nah,
That's
I
Pickguardian.
shopped it out to WD.
Yeah, right. So I drew up a design for it and talked about it with Tony, and so he just brought it in. We got to check it out over there. I'm really excited about it because it's quite literally a single pickup and a single volume knob, which
Yeah.
I probably don't ever use that either.
Did you choose a V for Valentino's?
Yeah.
Valentino.
It's this one is Vicky. Yeah. So, anyways, Chase is going to be doing a few more things to it. I'm going to give it to him this weekend, and we're going to have some fun doing that.
It's wired up and ready to go, dude.
Oh yeah, but we're doing a few more things to it. It's going to be very exciting.
You're going to take the headstock off and make it headless?
No, dual headstock.
Ooh, dual
Yeah.
headstock.
He's going to take out the other.
I can't leave well enough alone. Anyhow, so I'm just super excited to play that and get it. And to me, it kind of made it a little bit more
Of a showpiece.
Oh, sure, okay. It just made it a little bit more ownable and
I
kinda
actually
cool.
like the bigger guard on that. I think in all honesty, I think it does make it more of a showpiece.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Tony.
And I prefer single pickup guitars.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10. That's what
Looks
I
like an
prefer.
arrow.
Yes.
Arrow straight through my heart.
And there you go. That's a line from our
Valentinos.
song. So, anyways, that was a big deal I was waiting for, and that's it. Now, the big thing that Tony was just talking about, and it's not like a big surprise or anything. Well, Tony, what we were talking about earlier is I stumbled across on guitar.com an announcement that was a couple of weeks old, but I was just kind of going through it, and it is for the Guild Surfliner.
Guild Surfliner.
And we typically don't talk about like a whole lot of like brand new gear. We don't showcase it or anything, but we've talked so much about like all of the unique things about so many boutique guitars, and to me, this actually feels like a boutique kind of guitar. Like they made it specifically, I guess, uncommon looking, for lack of better words.
Well, this is a serious departure for Guild.
Yes.
I mean, Guild has made solid
And this
body
is
guitars
the Guild
before.
Surfliner. So if you're near a computer or you're at your phone, go to Guild and look up Surfliner, and you can play along with us.
And this one kind of takes a lot of inspiration from offset guitars, Surfcasters, Strats to some degree. Jaguar to some degree. And it's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah.
I mean, the street on it is like $449.
Oh wow,
That's crazy.
And yes, it's made overseas, but it's a really cool design. It's a bolt-on neck. It's got the 6-in-line headstock that
HSS.
Guild used on a number of models in the 1960s. It's kind of a cool shape, and it's got it's an HSS setup, and their humbucker that they're using.
It's not fully offset though. It's not as radical as
It's
like
not
a
like a
Jazzmaster.
No,
kind of
that's
thing.
why I said it's kind of a cross between a Strat and a Jazzmaster, and the humbucker that they're using is actually closer, I would say, in tonality and size to a mini humbucker.
okay.
And then
It's kind of like the Curtis Novak kind of thing there.
a little bit. And then these are kind of like open top with chrome surrounds. I'm not sure if they're
For
closer
the single
to
coils.
Strat for the
yeah,
single
so
coils.
it's a humbucker single.
HSS. That's what we call it.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. But
Or
you
some
didn't
people
catch
call it SSH because they go from the neck out to the
But
bridge.
that's silly.
I always go from the bridge.
HSS.
Whoever started that?
Not me.
And
Probably
who calls
John.
that
Probably
front
John.
and that back?
I do.
I cannot that screws me up every time. And then there's 3 instead of like a toggle switch or a 5-way switch. There are 3
diagonally set,
so
ergonomically set
rocker switches.
Yeah, so that's where the Jazzmaster, the Jaguar stuff comes in.
Yeah, sorta. So this is cool. You can have all of them on all at once. You can have one on at a time. You can have any combination of that. So
and it's got the Guild string through, solid body.
So
string
like
through.
I said, total. This is a serious departure for Guild. And Todd, I was a little.
And it's in kind of a pop color. It's like
they come
pop
in
orange.
They come in orange, blue, and a sage white.
What? And the blue is like a deep blue or like an aqua blue.
Like an ocean blue.
Ocean blue.
Yeah,
Catalina blue.
Catalina blue.
Oh, that's what they're calling it. You have it up
Hey,
there,
he needed
Billy?
the money.
Yeah.
I'm looking for them. I'm looking for them used already, man.
Wow, fantastic.
Well, Todd, I was a little bit late today.
Yeah.
And that was for good reason.
Why is that?
Well, I was talking to my friend Patrick over at Guild.
Oh.
And
Maybe we'll talk to Patrick at Guild pretty soon.
or someone else.
Or someone else. Oh,
And-
good Tony.
And I ordered one
Hey.
directly from Guild.
That's
Wonderful.
fantastic.
Nice.
So that should be here next week, so we can all check it out.
Oh, that's fantastic.
so
That's even more
ordered,
fantastic.
I ordered the sage white one because I thought that was.
So what is sage? Is it dusty
a
white?
greeny white?
Green?
greenish
Green,
white.
greeny.
Green white?
Go, just look it up.
Okay, well, we will. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of took a bunch of the key things that people like from a bunch of different guitars and kind of put it all together, which is a super boutique kind of thing to do. Because of that, and because we've talked about some of these little things that we like so much, I thought it would be fun to just kind of have a chat about, what we like or dislike about it. And James Pennington, you have this up on your screen at home right now. What are your initial thoughts on this?
I kind of dig it, especially like the headstock has like that Firebird style look.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Nice. Is this something that you think you would purchase? You don't have to if you don't want to. I was just asking.
Actually, I probably would. I
there's
would
some-
do something else about the pick guard. Like I want to make it a little bit longer on the volumes and on the tone.
Extend it down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
So-
get like a metal plate like the Fenders bases.
Oh yeah, that could be an option too. One of the things I really like about it is the neck plate on the back has like the G cut out
the
of it.
G.
That's a really kind of a neat thing. I'm not 100% sold on the rocker switches. I mean, I know why they're there and what the function that they have, but to me, sometimes even with slider switches, I find them, and especially in a live situation, I find them difficult to use.
And kind of in an awkward position because if you're really strumming hard,
Yeah.
like if
Turn
you're
them
playing
off.
aggressive punk surf,
Yeah.
you're gonna bump them. And,
Well,
Yeah.
All over the
it's
place.
funny because I had an old Tele Custom, and the pickup switch is up at the top. And when I was playing, I kept hitting it. So I said, "Screw this noise," and I cut it out and put in like a rocker switch that I got at Napa Car Parts.
Oh, nice.
Because I was like,
Nice.
I kept turning it on and off, and I needed something that I could
Yeah.
switch the the pickups without
Right.
constantly hitting it.
Right.
So that ended up working out pretty well.
But it is cool though. I mean, it's kind of like on a Galaxy, DePinto Galaxy. Like
Yeah.
the
Well, that's true.
You know, they have the rocker switches. And,
Yeah, 16 of them.
yeah. But I mean, it is cool.
Yeah.
It is cool as long as you can see what position they're in.
James, what
Live,
color would
know.
you be going for?
The Catalina blue.
Okay, that sounds good. Let's see. Well, why don't you go ahead, Billy?
I would get the sage white and nickname it Irby.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I like that. Would you do
Irby
anything?
the love
Irby,
guitar.
Irby
What
the
would
love
you
guitar.
do with the pick guard? Anything? Leave it? Change it?
Pickguard's fine, although you could do a tortoiseshell and kind of make it a little more retro-y.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that
cool.
would look nice on white.
But this is also, I have some Univoxes that are very similar shaped, and I'm anxious to see how different this sounds than those old things.
That sounds cool.
Or maybe even take these kind of pickups and put them in.
Yeah,
put them in that old Univox.
Yeah.
Because Univox single coils are kind of shaky. So actually, this intrigues me.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yep.
John, how about yourself?
Well, I first of all, I would definitely buy this guitar. I would get the orange because I think that looks real sharp. And my complaints about it would be very easily taken care of. I don't care for the pickup configuration. I'm just not a fan of HSS. I would probably just lift the pick guard out and put in maybe even a 2 pickup configuration, both single coil. And then I agree, I really don't care for the toggle switch or the rocker switches for the pickup control. I don't care for the rocker switches anyway, and I really don't like where it's located on the kind of on the upper horn. It's in kind of a bad position. So now I would say the angle that they're going, and I hope folks at home are looking at it. The way that they're angled would kind of prevent you from accidentally kicking them one way or the other while you're strumming, because they're kind of like a normal strum. They'd probably be almost perpendicular to how
you're playing it low. It's directly in line with it.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess it would depend on how you've got the guitar positioned. But no, I'm very interested to see what Tony sounds like. And
I think it's a really smart from Gil to do this, because there hasn't really been a new configuration, a new shape that is unique looking like this in a mass-produced guitar for a, probably aimed at a younger set who can't drop $1,000, $2,000 on a guitar.
And I mean, I would say with that price point at $450, if there's something about it you don't like, it's something very easy to just get it and change what you don't like. If
anybody gets one of these, make sure that you get a cool custom pickguard from Tony. So as far as what color would you get, John?
Orange.
Orange, yeah.
Orange.
I think so.
Orange.
I would do orange too, just because why not? You got an orange guitar. And I think
if they were real cocky, they would have gotten a G brand on the orange, just to upset another guitar company that had orange guitars with G brands on them.
Too true.
Who's that,
Too true.
Goofy?
Gretsch. Gretsch. The only thing I would do to it is probably put a new pickguard on it and drop the middle pickup out. Because I would just never.
There's a lot of people that find it the middle pickup gets in the way. I mean, I'll be curious just to see how everything lays out, and once I get mine in.
Yeah, and honestly, you could take this same thing, drop both pickups, ditch the rockers, and you got a punk master right there for sure.
Yeah.
One pickup.
Yeah,
A Todd special.
I'd be real curious, Tony, when you get yours, to lift the pick guard and see whether it's like a swimming pool route under there, or whether those are
I was thinking the same thing.
individually routed for because if it's a swimming pool route, you could just go absolutely crazy with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have no. And I would hope they design it that way just to make it.
That would make sense.
For the future. So
it would make sense from a production standpoint too, because it's way easier to make one hole than a whole bunch of little ones.
With those 3 rocker switches up there.
Yeah. So anyways, that was pretty cool. I thought it was a good discussion. Thanks, fellas.
what's the
Very cool.
scale length on it?
25 and a half.
So it's the Fender scale.
And it's a poplar body
Okay.
and a maple neck.
I have a question for Tony.
Yes.
Have you ever had the S200?
Oh, the T-Bird. Oh, I actually have one of the reissues.
Of course you do.
And talk about a crazy amount of switches and knobs and things like that. But it's a really cool guitar, yes.
I've been thinking about buying one of those.
I think for the money, the reissues are a really good deal. The vintage ones have gone through the roof pretty much.
They're crazy.
Yeah, but I honestly find that most of the...
You should bring that guitar in too.
Oh, yeah. I've got
That'd be cool. It'd be kind of neat to see those two back to back.
Does the reissue still have the kickstand on the back?
No kickstand, no.
No kickstand?
No, that went out with the I guess the 1970s.
Yeah.
But it's still a really cool guitar, and I find that the Guild reissues are really quite well made, especially the ones that are made in Korea.
I did also want to bring up one other sort of roundtable topic real quick.
Ooh.
Kind of. It has to do with what we just discussed, and by the way, then we're going to get into James's 4 on the floor and his backstory. But I thought this would be a fun discussion with everybody.
Okay.
So when we converted the Pure Salem Bruiser, my Flying V version, one of the things that Tony brought up was, well, I said, kill the tone pot. I don't even need that. And he said, well, okay, but the tone pot, he brought up the 500K pot. Is that good or bad to leave it in? Volume, all this stuff. So I thought, oh, that'd be really kind of a neat thing to talk about really quick, because honestly, I wasn't totally aware that that would have an impact on the sound, or how much impact it would have on the sound. So Tony, can you elaborate on what happens when you cut out either a tone pot or even both tone pots?
Well, I mean, so a lot of people think that if you open the pot wide open, that it has no effect on the circuit. That's incorrect, because a wide open 500K pot meters out at 500K. It's in resistance. When you shut it down, it gets greater and greater and greater to infinity. So that's how you get volume control.
Right.
Also, same with the tone control. You're shorting part of the higher end, whatever filters through the capacitor, into ground. It still leaves, even if you keep it wide open, you still have a very small amount, but some people claim that they can notice a difference either in output or in high frequency.
Some people claim that I have gained some sustain.
Are these the same people that claim they can hear the difference between the diodes in a Klon when the gain knob is at like 9 o'clock?
Or the difference between an orange drop and a bumblebee?
Yes, these are the same people.
Is there some cork
honestly,
sniffing involved here?
There is. I mean, let's just take a volume control completely out of the circuit. If you wire your pickup directly
And I
to
like
the
the
jack,
way you think. Let's do it.
you wire it right to the jack,
Right in.
you are going to have a small but existent gain in output. Because, again, you have a 500K pot or a 250 in the case of a single coil. There is some resistance in the circuit that, even wide open, either one of those pots creates a minuscule amount, but resistance nonetheless. So a lot of people just wire it straight to the jack. And that it's a possibility. And that's probably the cleanest way of transferring the sound from their strings out to your amplifier.
Yeah.
So
I could have done that with this one.
You could have, but I still think in terms of a stage guitar, at the very least, I think you need
that, yeah.
at least a volume control or a kill switch, whichever you want.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I use my tuner for a kill switch.
Well, you can do that too, I suppose.
It's a lot
Use a
better than
tuner?
using it to tune.
Yeah. What's that, James?
So do you use tuna?
No, I use the TC
Electronics, Polytune.
Yeah, the mini.
That's what I have one of these.
Yeah.
I have a couple.
I run that first, and it as soon as I hit it, it just kills the signal.
John, you're an electronics guy. I mean, what are your thoughts on?
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. To some extent, anything that you've got introduced between the signal and ground, you've got a path for some of the signal to bleed off to ground. So there is going to be, I mean, you could argue there is a difference between having a tone pot and not having a tone pot at all. Now, is the normal human going to hear that? Probably not. But if you tell someone it's there or tell someone it's not there, all of a sudden you hear all sorts of things that you probably couldn't hear before. So
Right. And there are ways to wire in a tone pot that is what we would call a no-load tone pot, which doesn't, normally you'd have a jumper across from your volume into your tone pot and then a cap that goes onto that. You can actually wire it off of the output jack.
Oh, interesting.
And that creates less resistance load on the circuit.
Interesting. James, do you have any single pickup guitars?
I have a few. I got a Dean ML from '82. It used to be a two humbuckers, but then when I was like 17 years old, I thought it'd be cool to putty up the neck pickup, and then made it into a one pickup. Then I have a Jackson Fine V. It's a one pickup.
Nice. Have you ever done any tone pot cutting or anything like that?
No.
Yeah. This is my first one. It's very exciting. So I just thought I'd share that with everybody in case that seems to be something that I feel like we're seeing a lot more of as the single pickup kind of thing happening. Could be, I feel, maybe that goes in waves. I remember as a kid going like, I don't want a one thing. I want a all thing, because I didn't know any better. And
I want three pickups.
I like a go between.
yeah.
And the perfect example is the DePinto Belvedere that I play.
Yeah.
It's got one P90, it's got a volume knob and a tone knob, and I can use the tone knob to
Warm it
basically
up, Chris.
I kind of dial that when it's the chorus of a song or the singer singing. But then when I go to a solo, I can just crank that up, and now I have full everything.
Yeah.
My bench
So
has a
kind of
V6
instead of
in it.
using the volume knob as to back it off, I just use the tone knob to back things off, and it leaves the frequency space for the singer's voice to cut through,
Nice.
above the guitar sound.
Right
that's
on.
actually really good use.
Excellent.
And I think in terms of if you're referring to single pickup guitars, there's always been single pickup
Oh,
guitars.
I'm not saying that they haven't been around. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more of it right now.
And I think what a lot of people are realizing, and this is just kind of a byproduct of having one pickup and not having one in the neck position, is there is less magnetic resistance to the strings by not having that second pickup. That's why in a lot of cases Esquires sound much better than a Telecaster if you're going for a certain amount of resonance and brightness.
Yeah. Well, there's super good stuff. Always good to learn things. I try to do that every show, and ta-da.
It's
did
kind
it
of
some
like
more.
a 101, only a mini
It is.
101.
It's like a mini 101.
It's a 100 and a half.
Yes. So anyways, we are going to move on to something super interesting.
Flashed
Tony,
on my knee.
Yes, Todd.
were you just thinking about something?
I was thinking about connecting pedals together.
Yeah.
And, back in my day, we had to go down to the guitar store and buy these crazy expensive cables.
Big,
And sometimes,
chunky things.
Yeah, big jacks. It took up half of your pedal. Well,
Huge cable thickness.
we didn't even have pedal boards back then.
No,
We
you
had,
just had carpet.
hunks of plywood that we would stick duct tape and, it was
The only length they came in was 5 feet.
Yeah.
5 feet.
Which is extreme.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what?
What?
The kids today have it so much easier.
They do.
They can go over to Tour Gear Designs and pick up any length that they need
3 inches to, I think, 24 inches.
That
in
is-
multiple shapes.
and sizes
Yeah.
and colors. No, only in black.
just like old Mr. Ford.
Yes, any color you want, so long as it's black.
Yeah, and when you get there, use the coupon code.
What?
The
There's a
guitar
coupon
knob,
code?
There is. You're going to save 10%. The guitar knobs.
Yes.
And get 10% off of your order. They ship out super quick. You're going to
Yep.
be really happy with them, and
Yep.
they're going to help improve your board organization.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much to Tour Gear Designs for sponsoring our 4 on the Floor. Tony?
Let me get a little bit of this.
1, 2, 3. 4 on the floor. James Pennington, Grand Poohbah extraordinaire. We need to hear your 4 on the floor.
With an extra one. I'm going to add an extra one.
All right. You know what? I'll give it to you.
All right, the first one would be the Foxy Tone box.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh,
yeah.
great choice.
OG or reissue?
Reissue.
Okay.
The old orange box.
Tell us what you love about it.
The octave sustain on it's pretty glitchy. I just love that old sound, especially with like big power chords and stuff like that. And I use it like my amp setup. I use is a 2x15 tab, like an old PV with I think it has Black Widows in it.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, that thing sounds massive with that
Well,
pedal.
and to be clear, you are Guitars of Doom, so I'm assuming you're not playing surf music on it.
That's on the weekdays.
Yeah.
Weekends is straight doom.
Weekends are for Doom. All right. So is that something? How did you get turned on to that?
Always seen like the old videos and stuff of like them playing the old. I think it was like the red box.
Yeah, the original ones are
See-
red.
Yeah,
new
seeing
ones
the
are
pictures
orange,
of that and
I
the
believe.
old videos of people playing them.
Yeah.
And I can't afford the original one, so
Yeah, those are crazy expensive. Super
I ended
expensive.
up getting that one.
Nice. How about number 2?
Number 2 would be the plasma pedal from Game Changer.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That thing is amazing. You don't even need any kind of gate pedal at all with it. It sounds pretty marvelous.
Yeah. Is it? You just love the. I mean, I'm assuming it's just for the gain, but you like the tone out of it, or?
The tone is pretty sweet. It has a lot of bass response with it, and
No.
plus, like you get totally glitchy with it.
Does your guitar signal change what displays on the plasma screen? Or I mean, I know it's not a screen; it's like actually the
tube.
tube. But does it? I mean, is it reactive to what's going through it? That's something I've always kinda
Yeah, it
wondered.
does. You could push it and stuff with another pedal and make it sound even more crazy or glitched out.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, how much of this was because it sounds cool versus it looks cool?
I actually got it just for the looks, to be honest with you. It's just to see those little lightning bolts just go across the little glass.
Yeah. So for those that aren't familiar with it, there's actually a lightning bolt that goes across. It's literally like a little plasma circuit kind of
Yeah,
thing.
well,
So when
has
you
gas tube.
yeah, so when you play it, that amps up. So it's like you're actually playing electricity. It's pretty cool. Right
Really
on.
cool.
How about and that is a straight distortion pedal. That's not an overdrive, everybody. So just we're clear on that. How about number 3?
Number 3, the Astral Destiny from Earthquaker Devices.
Okay.
Cool.
It's a pretty sweet pedal. I haven't played it very much because it's on my other board and I don't play that board. But when I do, it's pretty nice.
What turned you on about that?
Oh, I just own so many Earthquaker Device pedals. I just had it bought.
So I mean, it's that's a reverb pedal, and I'm assuming it's going to give you just quite a bit deeper.
Yeah,
reverb.
there's so many settings on it. There's like abyss, shimmer, sub shimmer, like the Cosmos settings like probably my favorite on there.
There's a stretch control on that too. What is
Yes.
that? Tell us about that. What does that do?
You just play one note and hit it, and you just make it a little bit longer. You can set it for if you want to do a longer setting, or you can make it die out a little bit. It's pretty cool.
Now it looks like we've got it pulled up here in the studio, and there's a couple of different colorways. Which color did you grab?
I got the basic one, the pink. I think it's like pinkish red
Okay,
Yeah.
with the white background.
cool.
Neato, man. How about number 4?
How about number
Now
3?
this
No, that is number 4.
that was 3. That was
Yeah,
3.
that's 3.
Wake up, John.
Jiminy Christmas, you messing me up. Okay, 4.
Would go with Warp Drive from Stone Deaf.
I absolutely love their aesthetic.
Oh, they make some pretty awesome pedals.
I mean that like 1930s
Oh, it's so
cartoony.
cool.
I love it. I mean they could not do anything other than be a kill switch, and I'd buy every one of them.
Yep. And I have that one in the Fig. The Fig is awesome too.
So what's the warp drive do?
It's pretty much just a distortion
Okay.
with kind of you could get fuzz out of it.
It's got
And it
a
has the gate too, so you don't have to use a gate with it. It has it built in.
It's listed as a parametric high gain parametric filter.
Yeah.
So you get a high gain pedal, and you also have the ability to really dial in all the squeals and wails and the
Yep.
wee and wow and all that business.
So I'm gonna
fat or thin.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw a line here, and you tell me how crazy this is. So, if you were to just say high gain parametric filter distortion, the first thing that comes to my mind is Boss Metal Zone. Where does the warp drive fall into that discussion? Is it? I mean, obviously, I would imagine a better pedal, but where do you think those two would compare?
I don't know, because I love the Boss too.
It's funny because I was thinking Queens of the Stone Age.
Tony's over here shaking his head and giving me a thumbs down. Like
See,
I just
what comes to mind to me is like a cocked wah pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can really dial in at
Like
a
Queens of
certain.
the Stone Age, like Troy Van Leeuwen. I can imagine him playing this.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
the Bedrooms in the Dark. Have you guys watched that on YouTube?
No. Oh, wait. You mean Demos in the Dark?
Demon is in the Dark.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Bedrooms
has-
in the Dark is not on YouTube.
Yeah, no,
It's only on HBO Plus.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out later.
Billy's waving his hands
We
like,
just
don't
warped
ask me
into an
about this. Don't
alternate
ask me about
universe.
this."
So
I think he's like, oh my gosh, they saw my channel.
But yeah, he has a lot of demos like that, doing that kind of tune with this pedal.
Yeah. That's really cool. Stone Deaf has some really fantastic pedals.
They look cool too.
Yeah, they really do. So that's really cool, man. And you said you had a number 5, and I think you know what, you're allowed that. You're a Grand Poohbah.
Yes, it's one of the
Well,
perks.
and it makes sense too because it's your guys' pedal.
The old Fez, yes
Oh, the
sir.
Fez.
And
a Grand Poohbah Fez.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You know what? I'll let you borrow mine at home, and you can give that. Actually, we're working on Fez 2 right now. We're very
Yeah, it's
close to
supposed to
having
be
it
pink,
fixed.
isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'm very
That's what I
excited.
thought.
I'm very excited, and it's bigger and it has more stuff.
Nice.
I'm like, it's gonna be great.
Well, this pedal sounds amazing through my rig.
Oh, thank you, man.
Like it sounds awesome.
Thank you.
What is your
and
rig?
Huge thanks to Effects Layouts for helping out with that.
What's your head that you're playing through? You said Black Widow speakers, but what's your head?
Might make fun of me, but I use a orange baby pedal.
That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
wow.
Through a 215.
Far out.
Through two,
Oh, through a
15.
415.
pretty much. Yeah, I have an aim peg, like
Holy moly.
kind of like a fridge style. It's from 67, I believe,
Oh my.
and it has the Jensens, the old Jensens in them.
Yep.
And then I have the old PV from it's an 87. It's from the Mark V bass head.
Wow.
I have the head too, but I never really use it because it likes to crack up.
Wow, you are driving some serious, crazy,
That's
heavy tones and stuff, man.
Oh, it shakes the house.
I'll bet.
Wow. I think we were all just like, wait, what? Goodness
Yeah, it sucks when you have to play a show and you have to carry 2 cabs like that.
Oh yeah, I was going to say the roadies must double their rate.
Yeah, but you
That's my
can't.
rate.
You can't go to a Serious Doom show and like, you know, there has to be like a stack of Atlas cabinets behind it, or else you're not going to be taken seriously. Anyhow, well, cool, man.
Smokehouse heads.
So that is. Thank you for your 4 on the floor.
No problem.
And actually 4+, you know, very cool. So we need to find out a little bit more about our friend James. And, you know, as we mentioned at the beginning, he's a Grand Poohbah on the show. And that just means that he is a top-level supporter of our show. But aside from that, you know, typically all of our Grand Poohbahs, and as well as our executive producers, are really big supporters of the community, not just, you know, buying people's pedals and boutique gear and stuff, but connecting with other people in the community and just, you know, very active in supporting it. So first and foremost, I want to say a huge thank you to you, James, for your interaction and keeping the community buzzing and supporting shows like us and all the builders.
Ain't no problem.
So we are going to find out. First of all, let's talk about your current rig a little bit more. That was kind of interesting. Let's tell us about your guitars. Maybe your top 3 favorite guitars first.
Oh, that's even harder than the pedals. All right, so my first one would be a Charvel Surfcaster.
I love it.
That has EMG 81s, 85s in it that I replaced.
Is yours a string through or
And top mounted, like
top
a
mounted? Nice.
Gibson.
Yeah, nice. That's what I want.
Yeah. I love that guitar. I've had it about a little over 10 years. I've recently just broke the headstock on it probably about 2 years ago, but I fixed it.
Yeah, I had an old 6 and an old 12 that I regret selling.
That's awesome.
They were matching set. It was the sunburst ones,
Oh, man.
and they, of course, they had I think the lipstick pickups in them at that time
Yeah.
in that era. But yeah, what a cool concept especially from a company like Charvel.
Yours is the hollow body with the F hole or the cutout.
No,
hole?
it's
And yours is
solid body.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like the metal version when they came out with them a few years ago.
Oh, okay, cool. Very cool.
It's very reverendy
Yeah, cool.
looking. If I'm looking at the correct one here.
Yeah,
What
I mean,
color
it's-
is yours, James?
Mine's a red with like a flame top on it.
Like you drew flames on it, or
Yeah. I had the dude down the road from me do it in his trailer.
wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
yeah, and then Jackson came out not after. I don't know if there was some weirdness and a merger or whatever, but Jackson came out with a solid body version of the Surfcaster as well.
See, mine kind of looks like that one. Kind of like the Mark Morton's from Lamb of Gods.
Mm-hmm.
Like his signature, it kind of looks like that.
Gotcha.
But Charvel. And it has like the binding and stuff around it.
Oh yeah,
The abalone binding.
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Very cool. How about what's number 2 for you?
Number 2 would be a Jazzmaster Squire, the Conspiracy with the active pickups.
Okay.
And it has the matching headstock. It's the green. It's like metallic. I forget the name of the color.
Yeah, nice.
Excellent.
I think when we were before we started this podcast, we were talking about he's probably James is probably not a surf guitar player.
Yeah.
And you just named 2 classic surf guitars. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep. I've had a couple of Jags.
Nice. What about number 3?
Number 3, I'm going to have to go with my second guitar that I've got when I was 9 years old. My dad bought me. Would be a ESP Kurt Hammett, his signature.
Yep.
Nice.
The KH502, I believe.
So, what do you think about all the early Metallica resurgence, or at least one song?
Oh, it's getting annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I went into a bit of a rant at the dinner table because my kids were like, "Dad, you know this song? You know how to play this song?" And I was like, "Listen, before all this stuff came
I've been
out,
playing it ever since you was born.
We played Metallica uphill both ways, and we
then,
liked it.
And then right after that, I
Even
stopped
in the
listening
snow.
to it because the stinking Black album ruined everything. What? Anyways, it went.
Another
I mean, it was
song,
crazy. So.
The other song I'm tired of hearing is that Kate Bush song.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Man, it's everywhere now.
Well,
it's cool that people are at least getting like
like the younger,
they're finding their way
generation.
back into things, because if they go there,
which is crazy.
yeah, if you go to like Spotify or whatever and you type in that stuff, you're going to start getting stuff around that era as well.
Yep.
And I love that because I think that's fantastic stuff back then. But anyways,
Now
yeah,
listen to Duran from
there you go.
I just watched the movie Barbarella for the first time. And
Barbarella.
one of the characters was Duran Duran.
That's where they got it.
I'm like, Oh,
That's what that's
get it.
from. So, James, thank you for giving us an idea of the kind of things you're playing. Are those your favorite guitars, or is that your like main guitar setup right now?
Well, the Kurt Hammett guitar I don't play anymore. It just stays in the case because it's getting old and all the plastics are starting to break on it around the pickup.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
I know a guy that can fix that.
Oh,
Hey.
Tony can help out. So let's talk about like how you kind of fell into all this stuff. Like, what was your early genesis of like, holy mackerel, I gotta play guitar?
Seeing my cousin play guitar when I was little. That's my first memory of being like wanting to play guitar. But he was playing like Grateful Dead stuff.
Okay, okay. Is that like when you were young? Like how young are we talking here?
Oh, geez. Probably about 5.
Whoa, that is
Always-
pretty early.
Yeah, playing acoustics all the time. And him giving me his acoustic when I was like probably around 7 or 6.
Rad, man. Now, once you kind of said, "Oh yeah, I kind of want to do this," I mean, obviously you probably didn't really get into it heavy at that age. When did you really start to lay into it?
Probably around when I got my Dean, which I was about 12 years old, and that's when I really got into Pantera.
Okay, there it is.
Um,
So Pantera opened up the door for you for guitar.
oh yeah,
So Pantera is sort of a gateway band for actually a lot of people. And what was it about Pantera that you locked onto?
all just Dom's tone and all of his little whammy tricks and stuff like that. And this is his tone overall.
Brad, what were you trying to like emulate that like super hard, or did you
Trying
Yeah.
to emulate, but never getting to that point because the Dean I have doesn't even have the tremolo. It's just straight through the boss, straight through body.
Yeah, kind of tough to do tremolo tricks without a tremolo.
Yep.
Or
And especially without a
bar.
whammy pedal.
Yeah. So that was your entry into it, and you've obviously continued into the path of the heavier music. What are some things that you're into right now, as far as like influences, and then how is that translating to your own playing?
Pretty much like Sleep. This Matt Pike's like he's like God.
Ooh,
I don't know. That dude's like
Matt Pike. Yeah. Right
Yeah.
on.
that dude
High
has
on
an
Fire.
amazing tune.
Yeah.
Even High on Fire. Like that stuff's amazing. Just can't get enough of that. All right, so recently I just seen Weed Eater in like a small room. I don't know if you guys ever heard of 123 Pleasant Streets of Morgantown.
I have not.
Yeah, it's pretty much a party town up there, but that venue it only holds I don't even say that about 200 people, but the bass and just the atmosphere in that place is amazing for that kind of music. And to seeing them live it's life changing.
I guess it would be a pretty visceral experience for me, meaning just like if you're in that small room and you got that kind of music, like you're going to
Yeah.
feel it in your bones.
Especially hearing Dixie's bass, like was insane. I was in front of that dude like the whole time, and that's all you heard was his bass in a good way.
That's cool.
Was that like Richie Mullins with Karma to Burn?
Oh yeah, they're from Morgantown.
Yeah.
Karma the Burn.
Is there a big
Oh,
doom
well.
sound out, or is doom scene out to where you live right now?
Not really. I wouldn't say they're that big. I mean, it's there, but it's not big.
So James, obviously, your support in the guitar community with our show and all the builders that we've had on, and all the ones that we haven't had on. I mean, there's loads that we still get to have the opportunity to have on our show. But of the ones that are out there that you are more familiar with and that you enjoy supporting, like tell us about a couple of them.
I'm gonna go with Bookworm Effects from here in my home state in Morgantown.
They were one of the first ones that really went absolutely crazy with like PCB art
Yeah.
The art on the PCB and like the shape of the PCB was
Yeah, the
always
PCBs,
like,
yep.
yeah, they were. I mean, you pop the back off of one of those things, it's just wild on the inside.
That dude he makes the coolest pedals, man. Let's see, I have 4 of his pedals, and like all 4 of them are amazing. If you have a chance, I definitely would look him up.
I've actually had conversation with him, but that was back in 2020, and I think things just went sideways. So
In 2020? No.
yeah, I know.
It's been smooth sailing.
Well, actually, no. To be fair, I want to be fair to Bookworm. I believe at the time, like there was a work schedule problem. Like he wasn't able to do it when we were able to do it, and so it just kind of we left it for later. So maybe that'll clear up at some point. So, but yeah, really cool stuff he's making out there.
And he also makes another pedal called Delay It. It's a delay pedal, and it has like a seeing eye on it, and like you can switch it. It has like a little toggle switch, so it's light activated. So if you have like any kind of bright light hitting it,
Right.
it just makes it like oscillate, like makes a different weird sounding noises. But if you put the shadow, like go back over, it kind of goes back to normal. So that one's like really cool to play. Like if you're actually on a show and you have flashing lights or something like that, it's just constantly changing your tone.
That's cool. So that's one that everybody can go investigate and all that stuff. Bookworm. What else has got your mind kicking?
Arion Effects. Now that dude makes some pretty cool pedals. Well, I guess you'd make them. He provides you to make them.
We've had him on the show, actually.
Yep. Now the first one I actually won it from you guys, is the clone.
That's right.
Now that pedal is pretty cool. I don't like overdrives, like the Ibanez tube screamers and stuff like that.
Yep.
Now that I love that pedal. Just stack the gain on, blast the gain, and stack it with a fuzz, dude. It's amazing.
That's killer. And you got to build that one yourself.
Yep. And then I have another one from them, the Octa Fuzz, which is the Super Fuzz circuit.
Right.
And that one's is amazing too. Yeah, I don't think that guy makes any bad pedals.
Yeah, really good kits there too. And you can also get parts and PCBs and stuff as well.
Yep, and his boards are super cheap, I think.
Yeah. How about giving us one more?
Frost Giant Effects.
Oh yeah.
You guys had them too, also.
We've had them on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
The Massive, or the Massive.
Massive. Yeah, you have the Massive. Yep. What do you like about that one?
For a one knobber fuzz, it's a pretty brutal fuzz. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. And plus, it has one knob on it, so
one knob to rule them all.
Yes, one knob.
And the one I have is the Black Lives Matters version.
Yeah.
When he was doing the little fundraiser thing.
That's cool.
I bought it off them during that time.
Solid, man. So let's say if you get to kind of wish for three things, all right? They can be an amp, a pedal, a guitar, combination of any of those things. From some of the people that we've that are out there in the boutique world, and whether they've been on our show or others or ones that we haven't even had on yet, what would that be?
I would pick the Golic guitars. Probably his the Firebird looking ones.
Oh man, that's the Challenger.
Yeah,
the Challenger.
Challenger, that's it. Yep.
Killer.
Those things are sweet. Then amp, let's see. Probably a Benson.
Can't go wrong. I mean, those.
Do you have a model in mind?
The Vinny.
The Vinny.
Yep.
That's a good one.
That's what I need to go with my guitar.
I think you should.
Right?
All things V.
Yes. All right. What's the third sort of genie wish you're gonna grab?
Let's see. The pedal would probably be the original fuzz face, but the Jimi, kind of like the Jimi Hendrix circuit.
Okay. There you go.
That would be the pick.
I got one recently from Hello Sailor that sounds absolutely fantastic. It's weird, wild, and wonderful in all the ways that he makes those things, but it sounds freaking great.
Yeah, he makes some awesome pedals. That dude's so cool.
Indeed. James, dude, been great finding out about your guitar world, and again, we're so glad that we have people like you out there supporting all of the people who are doing things in the community, not just us. So big thanks to you, man.
Oh, no problem.
We are going to hop on. We're going to pile all of us into the
I'm
El
not going
Camino.
anywhere near
pylon?
that heat palace of Jared's.
Yeah, we'll
We'll just drive past and beep.
yeah, because he'll be angry. He'll just be all hot in that house.
It's sweaty.
Yeah.
Hot and sweaty.
Billy, you throw a cold beer at him on the way, okay?
Shake it up first.
Yeah, not at him, like not at his head or anything, but lob one at him to cool him off. All right, let's do it, Tony.
Because at this point of the show, Todd, it's the favorite, bestest part in the whole wide world. Everybody's favorite. It's a little ditty that I sing called "Would You Rather?"
You sound like Cowardly Lion, man.
Courage.
Okay,
I know.
go.
I have a vocal teacher.
Yeah.
You're saying I need lessons?
I'm saying I
I'm
have
saying-
I have a good vocal teacher.
This week's Would You Rather is brought to us by our good friend Bruce Bacon. Every time
right
I
on.
say his name, I get a little bit hungry.
Big thanks to Bruce. He always shows up with good stuff.
This is a good one. So you're walking down the street and you think to yourself, wow, there are so many different roles in a band. Then poof, a cloud of smoke appears and the ghost of Frank Zappa returns. Frank steps towards you and says, "Hey man, I heard what was in your mind, my six-string compadre. Like, how would you like to have
That's pretty good.
the talent, musical mind, and drive to serve in one of these roles?" And I don't mean roles.
Yeah,
voice.
just to go.
So you have three choices.
Yeah.
So would you rather, one, be a strong songwriter but an average guitarist? Two, be a virtuoso guitarist who can learn and play anyone's song but does not write original material? Or number three, an above average multi-instrumentalist who can play guitar, bass, drums, keyboard, sax, and marimba. Those are your three choices.
Okay. Well, Tony.
I think so. My choices are a strong songwriter, average guitarist,
player.
a virtuoso guitarist, but you can't write anything
Nothing
original, or an above-average multi-instrumentalist.
Yes.
I'm going to go with number three.
Multi-instrumentalist.
I would like to be a multi-instrumentalist because honestly, I think it would be kind of cool to be able, and you can get a heck of a lot more gigs. I think if you were a multi-instrumentalist.
Everybody's looking for a marimba player.
Well, of course.
Everybody.
I've heard that said many times. So yes, I'm going with number three, an above-average multi-instrumentalist.
Okay. That's a good choice.
Thank you.
That's a good choice. Let's see. Billy.
Yeah, sure. I think I already am number one.
A strong.
A strong songwriter,
Songwriter.
And a decent guitarist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but I also play bass, and that's where I get most of my gigs.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'll stick with number one because I feel like I have a voice. You know, there's stuff inside that needs to come out through writing songs.
Yeah.
And that's the way I do that. So,
Have you tried acupuncture?
Okay. John.
this is torture enough.
I'm going to agree with Billy. When I think of my favorite bands and the favorite I guess, lead people in those bands. It's the songwriters. So I think that's definitely where I would be.
Okay.
And what do your T-shirts say, John?
Below average guitarist. So even being an average guitarist would be a move
one
in the
step
right
up.
direction. Yeah.
All right. James, how about yourself?
I'm going to go with number 3.
Yay! I'm not on an island by myself.
Multi-instrumentalist. All right. What would be the instrument that you would most unlikely like to be like really good at?
The drums.
All right. There you go. Nice. Why not, right?
I have a drum set, but I don't play it.
Well, there's a start.
Yeah, see? I'm 1 foot in the door.
Yes. Let's see. This was really tough because I think Billy and I are in the same kind of camp. Like writing all the songs and stuff. And I've said many times, like, I am a self-pronounced hack at what I'm doing. I would like to be better without having to work too much harder. I know that's a crap thing to say, but it's real. But I'm going to take where I currently am out. So currently I'm in number 1.
Okay.
I would consider myself, if I have to pick something in here, that's where I feel comfortable saying that I am. I think it would be pretty cool to be really damn good at the guitar.
Huh.
And I would be happy to say, you know what, I'm thinking of like our friend Jeff Schroeder. He's amazing at guitar. And he's playing with great people. And so he's, living his life doing the thing that he loves doing.
But he's also a good writer.
He does his own stuff, but his strength is support.
Okay.
Being a virtuoso.
Yeah, I mean, the guy can play anything. And he continues to learn. He's like, I play all rock and roll, but he's like getting really good at jazz too. Mm-hmm. So if you have that ability, I think you could expand your range. So I'm going that. I'm gonna follow in my friend's footsteps.
You do that, Todd.
So
Thanks,
number 2.
Go ahead,
I'm going to
Todd.
number 2.
Okay. Get to work.
That's what I'm doing.
In the
We
bedroom
know-
all night long with the guitar.
Bruce also sent along his
Brucey.
choice.
Yes.
And he asked
Come
me to
on,
wait
Bruce.
until after everyone had made their choices. So as to
Bruce,
not-
what do you choose?
My pick is a strong songwriter, average guitarist. Songs are forever, and being an average guitarist would be an upgrade. Win-win for me.
Nice. All
Looking
right.
forward to your songs.
Thanks,
Looking
Bruce.
forward to your songs.
Indeed. Well, if nothing else, that gives, it kind of brings up the point of wherever you are, you can move upwards, sideways, diagonal, however you want to do it. And you don't have to be one or another. You can just continue to be something and get better at it.
Todd,
it can be incrementally better. It doesn't have to be, going from average to virtuoso. It can just be, hey, I learned some new stuff. Just go out and do that. Learn something new tomorrow. Tonight. Do it now.
You know what they say, Todd?
No.
Wherever you are, that's
Is
where
you're
you'll
at.
be.
Yep. All right. We need to thank a few people, Tony.
That's right, Todd, because at this part of the show, there's a special group of people that we love to thank. These are our executive producers. Now, you might be wondering, what is an executive producer?
What's an executive producer?
Well, thank you for asking. An executive producer makes this show possible. An executive producer is a sponsor, a patron of this very podcast.
Indeed.
There's at least one in the room and one on the line.
Yeah.
So there's at least 2, is what you're saying.
There's at least 2.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
Now, you might be wondering how you can become an executive producer.
Yeah.
Tony, how can you become an
Billy, you
executive
dropped the ball
producer?
on that one.
Thanks, Billy.
Yeah, Bill.
How do you become an executive producer, Tony?
You head over to patreon.com/the Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate. Become a sponsor, a patron of this very podcast. Each level comes with a great bevy of thank you gifts. But there's one thing more you get as an executive producer.
What's that?
You get to have your name read on the thing.
That's right.
And that's what I'm going to do right now. So special thanks to these executives.
Oh, and you get to hear Tony do a 2-minute delivery on this.
Good job, Tony.
Thank you. Let's shoot for 5 minutes today,
go,
shall
Tony,
we?
go.
I'll read very slowly. So special thanks to these executive producers. I'm over the moon for Moon Guitars. Vader and Pedals, Drew Lopez, John Halverson, Rick Calhoun, Trevor Gunberg, Elad Mizrahi, Mike D, Richard Kendall, Mark Garton, Matt Hart, James White, Justin Jones, Anthony Gemolero, Bill Gola Guitars, John Esterly,
Thanks, John.
Anthony Lathrop, Stefan Lamb, Michael Senchuk, Ken Sayers, Doug Christ, Darren Gregory, John Anglin, Tom Brazen, Rusty Sneeden, Ralph Gottschalk from Wonderful Audio Technology.
What?
Don Kloss, Gregory Randall, Brett Hogarth, Eric Hemmer, and Stuart George.
Yes.
But wait a minute.
No, don't interrupt. Because there is a very, very special group. We call them our Grand Poohbahs.
Indeed.
Now, the Grand Poohbahs, in addition to all the great stuff, they get a fez to wear upon their head while listening to the podcast.
We got a stack of fezzes right here for new ones.
Right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right. Right
Right
I
behind
pointed
you.
where they're not. They're right here. Here's proof. Here's an ASMR thing for you.
Cellophane.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so Todd's allowed to make noises
Yeah,
into
of
the
course.
microphone.
Yes. So special thanks to these Grand Poohbahs. Tommy Manasco, Ricardo Igareda, David Kaminga, Brandon Wound Pickups, Hex Matos, Michio Murakishi, Bob Crouch, Jack Cadian, Sam Jett, Tyler Rhines, LSJ Music Company, John Williams, Adam Johnson, Steve Keys, Cody Foster, Science of Sound, Brian Robison, Jonathan Jarusik from 12th Hour Devices, TikTok, Corey Nigro, Michael Van Zant, Tim Nowak, Jonathan Daly, Martin Cliff, Sean S. Eddie Serratos, David Poe. Is there someone I'm forgetting?
Maybe.
James Pennington! From Guitars of Doom.
Indeed. Now, one thing that's interesting about James is that he was so kind to build 2 pedals, which I featured on our Instagram.
Yeah.
And we're going to be giving those away to our listeners, to our supporters on Patreon. So be looking out for that giveaway, all of our Patreonites.
Thanks, James.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh,
That was
you're
so
welcome.
cool of you to do, man, for sure.
Ain't there, bro.
And I also want to do a quick call out for Michio Murakishi. He's spent like the entire summer hiking around in the West, and he's done like a vlog almost of it on Instagram.
Is that
Recently
like
injured his arm.
like a video log?
Yes, it is.
A vlog.
A vlog. And recently injured his arm.
Oh, no.
But it's not broken. He said it's
Okay,
not broken.
good.
But anyways, if you're into the outdoors, get it? Let's see what I did right there. Check out Michio.
Michio.
I tried to make his
Murakishio.
Murakishi, yeah. Michio Murakishi. Yeah. Check out his Instagram. It's really interesting. He's doing daily tips on his hiking and stuff. And
Nice.
He just backpacked across America. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And he's a great supporter of the entire community, much like James and John and everybody else out there. So thank you all so much for doing that. All right, James Pennington, thank you for being on our show, for spending the time, supporting us, and just being who you are, man.
Oh, thank you guys.
Billy, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank
John,
you.
thanks for joining us.
Of course.
Hey, everybody. Have a fantastic guitar week and subscribe.
What about Tony?
You're always here, Tony. You're
What
my
about
rock.
Tony?
So
Have we started yet? You didn't gong him.
no, we have not.
Hey, I heard West Virginia has a very unique chili dog.
If at any point in time you have to use a bathroom or grab a drink or whatever, or punch Tony in the nuts, I got the controls.
Hey, everybody, it's Todd Novak.
Yeah. Well, they're really laying it on thick tonight.
I don't know, it's got like cabbage and all kinds of
What?
crap.
There.
You know, I'm just here for the fun. I love doing the podcast, and I'm just here for the fun. So whatever you need me to do, Todd, I'm more than happy to do it.
I'm just here
I
for the
detected a
emotions.
note of sarcasm there. I can see why you're going to voice lessons. Can I get you three
Watermelon.
to not say anything? Just for a
Watermelon.
minute. A brief minute. I'm trying to get his volume up so we can do the show.
Rotella banana.
It's
All
not
right.
a second, it's a minute.
Click, you bumbling fool.
All right. So,
There's three of us and one of you.
I know. I am totally outnumbered. This is like overwhelming right now. God, what have I done?
I'm expected to hold my breath when I'm not
No,
talking.
Just blow it out the other side.
Just quit breathing.
Yeah. So, you're going to spend more of our time.
Tony Dudzik, pick Guardian.
Wait, not yet. Okay. Exhausting.
How was the last time? How was the
I did
last
it.
time?
So anytime you want to start, Todd.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just.
Todd.
If there's no more dregs of humanity to show up to do this show with me, we can go. And away we go.
Well, that's it for these knobs. Please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theguitarknobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog, and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.